What's the funniest way someone thought you were a criminal? I was 24 working as a delivery driver for this local flower shop. Not glamorous, but it paid the bills while I figured out my life. The owner, Mrs. Kim, always gave me the weird deliveries. Funeral homes at midnight, hospital rooms where people were crying, and this one particular route that almost got me arrested. Every Tuesday for 3 months, I had to deliver a dozen red roses to the same address. Big fancy house in the suburbs. The order always came with the same note. For my beautiful wife. Love forever, David. Super romantic, right? Except I never saw David, or his wife. I'd ring the doorbell. This gorgeous woman in her 30s would answer, take the flowers, tip me $20, and that was it. She seemed nervous every time. Would peek over my shoulder like she was checking if anyone was watching. But hey, rich people are weird. I didn't think much about it until Mrs. Patterson from across the street started following me. The first time I thought it was a coincidence. I'm walking back to my van after delivering the roses, and this older lady in a pink bathrobe is standing at her mailbox, staring at me like I just kicked her cat. Week 2, same thing. She's watering plants that clearly don't need water, watching me through her garden hose spray. Week 3, she's got binoculars. I mentioned it to Mrs. Kim back at the flower shop. Maybe she thinks you're casing the neighborhood, she laughed. You do look suspicious with all that facial hair. I had this scraggly beard because I was too broke for regular haircuts. Looking back, I probably did look like trouble, but week 4 changed everything. I pull up to deliver the usual Tuesday roses, and there's Mrs. Patterson again. Except this time, she's not alone. She's got 2 other neighborhood ladies with her, and they're all standing in the yard across the street pointing at me. I deliver the flowers like normal. The woman answers, takes them, tips me. But as I'm walking back to my van, Mrs. Patterson marches over. Excuse me, young man. I need to ask you something. I'm thinking she wants to know about flower delivery services or something. How long have you been running drugs out of that house? I nearly dropped my keys. What? Don't play dumb. Every week, same time, same routine. You show up, she gives you money, you leave. We've been watching you for a month. I started laughing. I couldn't help it. Ma'am, I deliver flowers. Those are roses. She crossed her arms. That's what they all say. Roses, drugs, same difference. You're clearly dealing something. I work for Kim's flower shop downtown. You can call and ask. But Mrs. Patterson was convinced she'd cracked some major drug operation. She starts rattling off all this evidence she'd collected. You always park in the same spot. You never stay more than 2 minutes. She always hands you cash. And yesterday, I saw you counting money in your van. The money counting thing killed me. I was counting my tip money to see if I could afford lunch. Ma'am, she tips me $20 for good service. That's not drug money. $20? For flowers? Nobody tips $20 for flowers unless there's something else going on. At this point, her 2 friends are nodding along like they're CSI agents who just solved a murder. I'm trying to explain, but Mrs. Patterson cuts me off. I'm calling the police. We'll see what they think about your flower story. So I'm standing there in this suburban driveway, holding my delivery clipboard, while 3 senior citizens call the cops on me for alleged drug trafficking. 20 minutes later, 2 officers show up. They're trying so hard not to laugh as Mrs. Patterson explains her month-long surveillance operation. Officer, this young man has been conducting suspicious activities at that residence every Tuesday at exactly 2 p.m. for weeks. The cops asked to see my delivery receipts. I show them the order forms, the flower shop uniform, my employee ID, everything. One officer walks over to ring the doorbell. The woman answers, still holding the roses I delivered. Ma'am, did this young man just deliver flowers to you? She looks confused. Yes, same as every week. My husband orders them for me. The officer turns back to Mrs. Patterson. Ma'am, he delivers flowers. That's his job. But Mrs. Patterson isn't giving up. Then why is she so nervous every time? Why does she look around like she's hiding something? The woman with the roses starts laughing. Because my husband works nights and I'm not supposed to know he sends these. He thinks it's a surprise every week. I have to pretend I don't see the delivery truck coming. Mrs. Patterson's face went completely red. Her friends quietly started walking back to their houses. The police left after confirming I was just doing my job. But Mrs. Patterson gave me dirty looks every Tuesday for the next 2 months until I finally got a different job. Turns out the most suspicious thing about my flower delivery route was that someone loved their wife enough to send roses every week.